Once again, I found myself on another misadventure on a train ride across country. It was Nash's first time in Chicago, and we had almost 6 hours to explore as much as we could. Nash and I noticed most of the bridges were up, crossing one of the rivers in Chicago. But we found one that was open, so we crossed. We saw some really cool architecture. I think Chicago's known for that, actually. I couldn't help myself, and I kept stopping to take photos every 30, 40 feet. Even Nash was getting tired of waiting for me. I mean, really, everywhere you look, Chicago is freaking amazing. We headed towards the Great Lakes, and then after taking a cursory look, we headed over to Millennium Park and explored all the obligatory spots. I noticed walking back that we were in the Loop. And that goes back to my middle school and high school memories when my mom's boyfriend Larry owned a bar called the Loop. So I took a picture for Mom and sent it to her. Little did we know, however, that there was a planned protest in Chicago, and that's why the bridges were up. And we were right in the Loop where the protests were ending. As we walked back toward the train station, we got within a few blocks before we noticed none of the bridges were closed. We waited for almost an hour until Nash started looking at the news. Nash found some reference to the police department having trouble with the mayor, getting him to agree to close down the bridges. And that was our problem. We could not cross. We sat there for a while as I thought about how we can cross this river to get back to the train station. It was almost in sight. And then I remembered I saw some steps going down to the subway, and we had to go find those places. Nash had tracked our tally for the day, and we had walked over 5.9 miles or 12,000 steps. So we were pretty exhausted by the time we finally got to the subway, figured out what to do, and then got down to the level and waited for the car. Before we went down to the subway, I tucked my camera under my shirt just in case there were any hooligans who wanted some problems. But it was really empty. I think COVID has this entire city sheltered, thank God. The train came. We looked for the most empty car, which there were plenty, and we got on board, looking for our third stop so we could get off and make our quick walk to the train station. We found the train station, and this was the first thing we saw when we entered one of the side doors. And honestly, I don't even know what to think when I see the flag anymore. But I was glad to be at least in familiar territory, Union Station, Chicago. So the ironic thing is, we got back to the train station and all was okay. But my mom had sent me a text telling us to be careful. And I laugh because yet again, I almost missed my train. As I record this, I'm about to step off the train for a 32-minute break in Kansas City. I hope I make it back. There's something about trains, layovers, breaks, and me. My curiosity just gets the best of me. But nonetheless, I'm on my way to LA. Unless, of course, there's another stop between here